All right, let's talk Node.js. If you've ever looked at it and felt kind of overwhelmed, you're not alone. But don't worry, you're in exactly the right place. We're about to map out the whole journey, step by step, to get you from square one to actually building things.
So, what is the roadmap to becoming a backend developer with Node.js? I mean, how do you really go from knowing nothing to getting your first app live? That's the big question, right? And that's exactly what we're going to break down. Consider this your GPS for navigating the world of Node.
Okay, so we've split this journey into 5 main parts. First up, the core foundation. Then we'll get into the asynchronous toolkit. After that, it's time to build your first server. Then we'll power it up with data and lock it down with security. And finally, we'll cover deployment and what you can learn next. All right, let's dive into part 1, the core foundation. You can't build a skyscraper on a shaky foundation, and it's the same deal with code. We've got to nail the basics before we get to the fun, complex stuff.
So the first few steps here are super important, even if they seem simple. Step 1, get Node.js installed. Easy enough. Step 2, get used to running your JavaScript code. But not in a browser. We're talking right in your terminal. And step 3 is all about organizing your code with modules. Trust me, this becomes absolutely essential when your projects start getting bigger.
And that brings us to the Node module system. Think of it like this. Every single file in your project is its own little Lego brick, a reusable piece of code. You use module.exports to say, hey, this brick is available to use, and then you use require to snap it into place somewhere else. Getting this down is, well, it's everything. It's how you keep your code from becoming a tangled mess.
Okay, moving on to part 2, the asynchronous toolkit. This is Node's superpower. It's the secret sauce that lets Node juggle a ton of different tasks at the same time without breaking a sweat. It's why it's so fast and so efficient.
So how do we actually manage all this stuff happening at once? Well, the way we do it has changed a lot over time. Back in the day, it was all about callbacks. And honestly, they could get really messy, creating what people call callback hell. Then promises came along, which was a much cleaner way to chain things together. But the real game changer, the modern standard, is async/await. It lets you write code that looks simple and sequential, even when Node is doing a million things behind the scenes. It just makes everything so much easier to read and understand.
And this is a really important takeaway. Yeah, it's good to know what callbacks are, but where you really want to spend your time is on promises and async await. Seriously, this is what developers use day in and day out to write code that's not just powerful, but also clean and easy for other people or your future self to read.
Now, you can't really talk about Node without talking about NPM, the Node Package Manager. What is it? Imagine a giant free library of code packages written by developers all over the world. That's NPM. You use it to install and manage all these third-party tools, keep track of your project's dependencies in a little file called package.json, and even run scripts to automate boring tasks. It's an absolutely essential tool.
All right, enough theory. With that foundation in place, it's time to get our hands dirty. This is the fun part, where we take everything we've learned and actually build something real. Your very first web server that can handle requests from the internet.
So when you go to build a server, you've basically got 2 options. You could use Node's built-in HTTP module. It's pretty low level, but it's great for understanding how things work under the hood. Or you could use a framework like Express.js, which is what pretty much everyone does for real projects. Why? Because Express just handles all the tedious, repetitive stuff for you. Things like routing and dealing with incoming data become way simpler. It just makes you so much more productive.
Okay, so you've got a server up and running. That's awesome. But it's kind of an empty shell right now. To make it truly useful, we need to give it a brain. And that means data and security. This section is all about building the core of your application.
And there's a pretty clear path here. First, you got to connect your app to a database, something like MongoDB, so you can actually store information. Then you'll build a RESTful API. That's basically the set of rules for how your front end or other services can talk to your data. After that, it's all about security. You add authentication to make sure users are who they say they are, and then authorization to control what they're actually allowed to do once they're logged in.
Okay, check this out. You've built it, you've secured it, now what? It's time to go live. This final part of the roadmap is all about deployment, getting your creation out there for the world to see. And then we'll look at some of the cool, advanced stuff you can learn next to keep growing. Because let's be real, the learning never really stops, does it? Once you've deployed your app on a service like Render or Vercel, a whole new world opens up. You could explore different ways of building APIs with something like GraphQL. You could make your code safer and more robust with TypeScript.
Or you could go super deep on advanced MongoDB concepts. Each of these is a path to leveling up your skills in a big way.
And there you have it. That's the roadmap. From installing Node for the very first time all the way to deploying a full-stack application and beyond. The path is laid out, the tools are at your fingertips, your back-end journey, well, it starts right now. So the only question is, are you ready to start building?